نرى بأن إسرائيل في النهاية هي تسير باتجاه الحرب وزرع بذور الصراع في المنطقة. صحيح أن الشرق الأوسط الذي أنت مخصصة به اليوم هو أكثر مناطق العالم اضطرابا بفعل التدخلات الخارجية. اليوم الشعوب العربية كلها ترفض هذا المسلك الغربي الواضح تجاه فكفكة الدولة في المشرق العربي. هناك رفض لأن نكون موضوعا للغرب، هناك نريد أن نتعامل ندا لند ولا نكون موضوعا لأحد. دائما الأوروبيين أو الأمريكان يضعوا أنفسهم ذات ويضعون موضوعا لهم، ونحن لا نريد أن نكون موضوعا لأحد. نحن نريد أن نتعامل بتعامل الند. لقد كان هناك عملية سطو مسلح على وطن هو الوطن الفلسطيني عام 1948. هذا الوطن هو وطن قبلنا بتسوية تاريخية واعترفنا بإسرائيل على 80% من أرضنا من أجل السلام. اليوم الصهيونية وإسرائيل تفرض علينا منطق يقول أنه لا فلسطين بوجود إسرائيل. ترفض تماما أن يكون هناك فلسطين. الظاهرة الصهيونية اليوم في المنطقة تريد أن تكون نقيضة لفلسطين ولحضارة العرب والمسلمين. كيف يمكن أن نتعايش مع هذا الكيان عندما يتحدث كل حتى فلاسفة الغرب من أمثال فريد زكريا وغيرها عن الانزياحات نحو اليمين والتطرف ونحو عتاة التطرف في هذه الدولة؟ كيف يمكن أن نتعايش؟ نحن نريد وصفة. كيف يمكن أن نتعامل مع من يريد الفلسطيني ميتا فقط؟ الفلسطيني الجيد يا أختي هو الفلسطيني الميت. كيف يمكن أن يكون الحديث عن السلام؟ شكرا لك.
شغال.
I'm an academic from Italy and I specialize in international criminal law. And in the past 10 years, since I started my specialization in international criminal law, I spent more time in Germany for sure than in Italy or somewhere else. And this is because Germany, in the past 15 years, has taken the lead in international criminal law. It's the country, for sure in Europe, but I would say worldwide, where there is the strongest and most principled approach to the issue after many years of rejection of the Nuremberg principles that Germany didn't want to deal with. Now the first country contributing to the ICC budget, it was very involved in the STY period. Of course, I'm pretty aware of the historical responsibility that Germany still feels burdens on its shoulder. And at the same time, it really strikes me how Germany's position can reconcile with this very principled approach that it takes on international criminal law, taking the lead worldwide, and at the same time keeping its eyes closed regarding what is happening here on the ground. And this particularly so when we talk about the case that she was talking about, like selling submarines to a country that you are aware is going to misuse with, we cannot be sure, but there are many evidence, many facts that tell us today that these war tools will be misused, and Germany is going to be in a position of complicity in the crimes that possibly will be committed.
Thank you so much for these comments, and some of them I take them rather as comments than as questions. I cannot explain how what you said, Chantal, how this can be reconciled. It cannot. And this is why in the beginning I said Germany is not acting in a way that it furthers all its interests. occupy other territories. I agree completely. The problem is, how do you get the international community to change the situation? Or how can you Palestinians change the situation? Same what you said, Nadia, I agree. I tried to explain why Germany has these stances. I'm not so good actually in explaining it because I don't find the reasons very convincing. I see that Germany has interest in the region which it doesn't pursue at all. And this is a problem. And maybe this links back to the question of the Arab Spring. Till this day, my feeling is that Germany, but also other Europeans, they have not understood what is happening in the region. They still think it is enough to have good relations with the leaders. It is enough to have those people in power that can realize your interests. The Mubaraks, gone. Okay, maybe we find somebody new in Egypt who will maintain the peace treaty and come in the region and replace Mubarak. Even like the regime of Bashar al-Assad, they are very hesitant to say we want democracy in Syria because they still think they can go on supporting dictators in the region to maintain stability and maintain their interests. My feeling is they have not understood that something very substantial has changed in the region and that it will no longer be possible in the midterm to rely on these leaders. Your question, Ahmad, about what Palestinians actually do to affect these very small changes in German policies, I think mostly it was Israeli policies that changed German policy. The very, very negative policies of this Israeli government did a lot to change the stances of this German government. During the times of previous governments, in particular the Olmert government, Germany still had hopes that a negotiated solution might be possible. And with Netanyahu and the right-wing government, they have lost this confidence. And still, they don't dare really to criticize and go further. Yes, Raji, you mentioned the example of Haider, and I've actually thought about this. How is this possible? In the European Union, leaders can actually boycott one of their fellow statesmen and not work with him, and they agree on this, even though this is such a big, this is not done, but they cannot do it towards a racist, aggressive person from the outside. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Still, I think you said all the facts are on the table, and if people want to see, they can see it. It's true. But the problem is people don't want to see it. So, if you have an interest in people seeing it and taking it seriously, you need to work on it. I try to work on it, but I think Palestinian civil society also needs to work on it. And I know that this is a very cumbersome and very frustrating struggle, but I do think it's possible. It's possible to influence public opinion. And I wanted to mention one other value. One is to directly try to influence public opinion. And the other one is to try to work on the Arab states. And I think with the Arab Spring it will be easier. But the Arabs do have a lot of possibilities to put pressure on Europe. They haven't done so. Since 1974, no pressure on Europe at all. And this is an important venue that needs to be used to put pressure on Europeans. If Europeans do not feel that it's in their own interest to be active and to solve this conflict, they don't have it.
I just want to